Hello, in this video I will talk about my notes from the Kingdom Hall. I went to the Jehovah's Witnesses Kingdom Hall today. The theme is changes that have taken place. Air conditioning now exists. A bad change would be that there are more drugs perhaps in our society. Everything seems to be changing rapidly now. The speaker mentioned how there were dynasties and a whole family could rule over a country, but that doesn't happen anymore because there are too many changes that cause. He mentioned that a bullet could easily change the destiny. Like if the son is shot, then that ends the dynasty. Pestilences are diseases. In 1918, after World War I, there was the Spanish influenza, and more people died from that than from World War I. Also, it was mentioned that a dam is made out of concrete and it holds water. If the concrete cracks, the time to move up to safety, the time to get far away from that moment, from that dam, is now. It's not later. So this example says that it's time to get religious. That's the way I wrote it. It's time to find out the information you need to know about what religion you are. Another topic was that if you hear the words peace and security, whenever you hear this, then trouble will come and there will be sudden destruction. Then my thoughts were about the Catholic Church that I used to attend as a child. And yes, we used to shake hands, but there was no deep connection with anyone there. Some people did care for us, but if they saw us in their home one time, that was about it. Everybody was busy. Alright, politics and religion are uniting. Then the politics stops the Christianity. And then my thought is, accept the JWs, or no, God's people, accept God's people. And I'm thinking that the Jehovah's Witnesses are, in my life, they are a benefit because they help me by being kind to me, being polite to me. 1 John 2:17. Something remains forever. Oh, the one doing the will of God remains forever. Alright. Then there was an announcement that one brother had died. And this brought tears to my eyes. So I had to look up. Tony Robbins mentions that if you look up, eventually you cannot cry. So I was looking up because this brother helped me. And also, I didn't expect him to die. I haven't found out if it was an accident or what. I just didn't expect him. He may have been 60 at the most. Who knows how old? I'll find out eventually. Maybe. So he helped me. He used to come over, and a couple of times he came over and he talked to me. He taught me how to be a better person. Alright, so now the topic becomes, how do you fight Satan? 3 ways. 1. Shun pride. Pride is when you are thinking that you are better than other people. Shun pride. Be humble. 2. Avoid materialism. Materialism is what's happened to some people. They have 2,000 pairs of shoes, or they have... I had a coworker, he did become the boss. He had 20 pairs of shoes. He looked excellent every day. He was the only one of us that would have his shirts, possibly his pants, also dry cleaned. So he became the boss. So you do have to look your best in order to impress other people. I mean, who can compete with clothing that is dry cleaned, right? But avoid materialism. Like my grandpa had 1 car. He had a simple house. A possibly 3-room plus a bathroom house. And 3 rooms means you enter, that's the living room, kitchen / kitchen. And then 2 rooms plus a small bathroom. It was simple. Materialism would be if you buy 1 purse, and then you go buy another purse, and then you go buy, and then eventually you have 20 purses or more. I don't know how many purses a woman should have, but as far as men, it depends on the type of work you do, how many shirts you need. Perhaps 20. Perhaps, yeah, but 100 would be too much. I think 100 would be too much for most people, or 50. Then my thoughts were about too arrogant. The Pharaoh is mentioned as being too arrogant. Who is this Jehovah that I should obey him? Now, that question, I would not mind that if the Pharaoh asked me that question. He said, who is this Jehovah that I should obey him, Moses? And then Moses could easily teach him. The creator of the universe is God, or Jehovah. Alright, racism is animosity towards other people. It's a belief that we are superior to them. So avoid those things. And the third one was, did I mention it? Resist sexual immorality. Resist sexual immorality. That's what happens when you go after, you have a woman, let's say, and then you keep going after another one and another one and another one. What the Muslims did, I think, is they just say you could have 4 wives. But the Christians, they say 1 wife. At this time in history, I think they say 1 wife. Alright, now we're reading the Watchtower. Pride is favoritism, disunity. It brings fights among you. For instance, Jesus was asked, or he asked the disciples, what were you arguing about back there in the road? And they were arguing about who was greater next to Jesus, who was the greater one among them. And Jesus told them that they have to, the one that serves the most is the greatest. Alright, so we'll talk again in the next video. God bless you and those that surround you.